Hi, I'm Dana, and we talk about weight loss and medications that are out there by prescription that you can take to help lose weight. We talk about food, exercise, lifestyle, and I wanted to talk about something you may have seen in the news not too long ago recently about the pyramid. That's the USDA has a food pyramid, and they've turned it upside down, and I like it, to be honest. Now their emphasis is on more protein. In fact, at the top of the pyramid now, and these are dietary guidelines, and this affects schools and food manufacturers. It affects a lot of people, and all of us really that are in the U.S. Might not affect people in Europe and Asia that are watching. But anyway, on the food pyramid now, at the top, they're recommending more protein. And in fact, they're saying they suggest 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram of body fat. And you can get the protein from meat, which they suggest, seafood, dairy. And in addition to the protein, they're also suggesting that you get enough dairy. Now, it used to be that they shied away from dairy, and they said, that it was saturated fats and it was harmful for you. Now, they've turned that around. They've been having more studies and things and found out that dairy is important. It's protein and it's healthy fats. Saturated fats are healthy, in moderation. You don't want to just eat cheese all day, So they're saying more protein, dairy. Next on the list, they say is important are your fruits and vegetables. And they're suggesting 3 servings of vegetables daily and 2 servings of fruit daily. And what they're saying is to try to limit your sugar and refined carbs like rice, white rice, and pasta, to limit that. And on their list of foods to limit, they're talking about eliminating or limiting your refined carbs. Like I say, the pasta, the rice, potatoes have a lot of carbs in them. To limit ultra-processed foods, that's a big one, because that's in a lot of the packaged foods that are on the shelf. They take out a lot of the fiber and the good fat out of it to make a lot of these foods shelf stable, so they can sit on the shelf 3 or 4 or 6 months without spoiling. But that has added sugars and artificial sugars and dyes and artificial flavorings and preservatives and excess sodium. So they're saying to try to limit your ultra-processed foods, including the sugars and the dyes and the preservatives and the excess sodium. They put a lot of salt and sugar or high fructose sugar in a lot of these foods that kind of get you addicted to it. It's sort of like sitting down with a bag of chips or crisps. You eat 1 or 2 and you just want to eat more. That's with this ultra processed foods. Now, what they're also saying is that over 55% of Americans get more than half of their food daily from ultra processed foods, which they say are not good for you because they cause obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, could be strokes. There's a different health issues that can come up with the way we eat. So they're, saying to try to eat healthy, eat whole foods, real food. When you go into the grocery store, you have your produce and your fruits and your meats, and your seafood is very good. That's good for protein. But it's your inside the grocery shelves, which are loaded with these instant, quick microwave, add water, and you got meals that are ultra processed, and it's a lot of preservatives and artificial ingredients, which are not good for you. So what they're also saying is to eat healthy oils too, like olive oil, avocado oil. Try to limit or, do without the seed oils, like your grapeseed oil and your vegetable oil, canola oil. Healthier oils are extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, and butter. Butter's good. They used to think the butter was bad, but now they're saying no, it's a saturated fat that the body actually can process, whereas some of these other ones, the body has a tough time processing. Now, how this is going to affect things too is it's really, I never realized in the schools how bad some of the food is that the kids are getting in school. In the schools, they say, a lot of the budgets for the schools are down where they're limiting the cost to like $3 a meal for the kids in the school, whereas a lot of the Europe and Asian countries, their budget is more like $8 a meal for the kids in school, which means in the schools the kids are getting a lot of pizza and Hot Pockets and macaroni and cheese. The cheese is good, but the macaroni's not so good. But it's to keep the cost down, I guess. So now they're saying they should really increase their food budgets and add more meat and vegetables and fruit, healthy foods to the school plate. And in fact, I read too where some of these school districts, to save money, have even contracted with some of the fast food companies like McDonald's and Domino's Pizza and Sonic to provide inexpensive meals, which a lot of that is just not so healthy, not so good. They're not getting a lot of meat and protein and fruits and vegetables. In fact, they were saying recently that years ago the government approved tomato sauce as a vegetable, which is how I guess they got the pizza so widely accepted in all the schools, saying that the pizza sauce was a vegetable. I know it comes from tomato, but it's a big difference eating real tomatoes than eating tomato sauce. So what they're saying in total, to kind of wrap this up, is increase your protein. Get all kinds of meat. And some of the meats are not as expensive. I know beef can be up there, but chicken's reasonable, price, and pork. Seafood is good. I like salmon, but all kinds of seafood's good. Tilapia, flounder, shrimp. Seafood, meat, beef is good. And that way you get your protein. And to go with the full-fat dairy. Now, some people want to drink 2% milk, which is what I would drink. But there's nothing wrong with yogurt and milk and eggs and cheese. Eggs are excellent protein. In fact, that's one of the best dairy foods you can eat are eggs, because it's so much protein. And they've turned around on the cholesterol on that and said it's not a big concern right now, in moderation. So they're saying eat more animal fats, more red meat, limit your alcohol. Some people will do that, and some people, are fine with it. And so I think this is really a positive sign. That people are going to eat healthier. And that has a lot to do with your weight loss, too. If you're trying to lose weight, and let's say you're either just dieting with exercise, or you're doing it with the medications, the Wegovy, the Zepbound, the Mounjaro, the Ozempic, The medicine's not going to take the weight off automatically for you. You have to do other things by trying to eat healthy and also some exercise, even if it's walking or using some little weights in your apartment or in your house to get some exercise. That's going to help burn the fat. And so yeah, that's what they're saying. Eat protein, fruits, vegetables, limit your ultra processed foods, fast foods, and eat healthy foods, if you can. And actually, probably it will save you money, really, if you are in a habit of going to like McDonald's to eat. Buy a big, 3 or 4 pound thing of ground beef and open it up and form it into your own patties, because you can even freeze it, put it in wax paper, put it in your freezer. Then if you want a hamburger, you can make it to the size you like. You can, you add your own onions or, salt and pepper to taste, and you know what you're getting, you know what I mean? And you're not getting all bun and all filler, So anyway, I thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe if you can. It gets the message out to more people. I appreciate all my subscribers. I'll be bringing out more videos. Thank you very much. You have a great day, and keep working on getting that fat off and getting healthy. Thank you.